Evening, folks. Brian here, Geomagnetic Earth Watch, Saturday, May 31st, 2025. So this is going to be a fire report for my country, Canada. I'm going to start off in Manitoba. I'm going to reveal something to you. So the area of Flin Flon. So there is a volcanic history in this area. There's also the Cliff Lake fault line in the Flin Flon Belt volcanic region. I will include the link to this paper. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but there's a lot of interesting information in it. The history of volcanic rocks and features around Flin Flon area. I'm not sure if that's one of the reasons under mandatory evacuation. So you can take a look at this area. I told you that if you want to find out information about your own respective area, start doing your own research. Anyway, again, I'll include the link. There is one thing I will tell you. Years ago, oh gosh, maybe 5 years ago, around 5 years ago, in the winter time. Let's go to Google Earth. In the winter time, I detected a bunch of heat detections in the southern and southwest portion of Manitoba and the interlake regions in the winter time, still covered by ice. A series of heat detection points. When that ice melted in the spring, then there was the fires in the same areas as the heat detections through the ice. So this region here does have a volcanic history. There's a lot of cloud cover here, so the satellite is not going to pick up everything in Quebec and Ontario. Although there's some points starting to indicate. Yes, I know about Saskatchewan. I'm going to skip that for now and head into Alberta, the Flatlanders. And northeast British Columbia. Fires at the where folks? The fracking pads? Yes. Our fracking pads, locations. Obvious, very large heat spread / fire. And of course, we have all the fracking locations: Grand Prairie, Alberta, as well as Fort St. John's, British Columbia. This is where we have our frequent fracking earthquakes. Now, you notice the majority of the fires are in the top half of the Canadian provinces. Where the magnetic field lines are weaker. Weak magnetic field, increased cosmic radiation, breaking down of the ozone layer, resulting in increased levels of ultraviolet radiation. Which extracts the moisture out of the soils and the vegetation. This is also why Siberia has wildfires, again, underneath the weak magnetic field lines. This is an old version. This is starting up today. This would be starting up across the border. Now, you'll also notice so far in Canada, our fires are limited to where the crust is thinner before you get to the Rocky Mountains. I am not saying British Columbia are not going to escape the wildfires, because we have our 199 known volcanoes in the region. So because of the weak magnetic field over northern Canada and Northwest Territories, it's going to contribute to the drought conditions. As for the fires in Quebec 2023, I disproved the nonsense of invading armies. I already went through the numbers. 24 fires started on the same day, followed by another 12. The average width of the fire were 6 kilometers. Some was less. A lot more were longer, like 9 kilometers. I broke it down to 6 kilometers wide, and I calculated how many people it would need to start 24 fires. Average 6 kilometers width, and that was 4,700 people. You had to get into the far remote areas with no roads, no access, no nothing, many lakes and streams and rivers. And, you know, if you're using helicopters, that's at least 470 helicopters. Limited range, because you got to carry the weight of the people, plus the accelerants. So that nonsense is just that nonsense. But no one told you during these fires, there was always as well as a series of earthquakes in Quebec. Fear porn for likes and money. That's all it was. So, Flin Flon, volcanic area, Cliff Lake fault line. So let's go check our earthquakes. So there's been some earthquakes swarming over the Kermadec Islands. A series of mid-level 6s up to 6.5, and they are shallow where they are normally deep. So quite a few here. Six 5, 6.4, 6.5, and so on. All shallow. The antipode, so there's a sufficient energy to generate an antipode response, the seismic waves traveling through the center of the Earth. The specific antipode is Algeria, pole shift's already started. So let's look for a response in northern Algeria where seismic activity has been picking up. Could also be Morocco. While we're here, let's check our space weather. So we're almost at S2. Radiation storm levels. Oh, interesting number. Solar wind speed, 666 kilometers per second. Still calling for G4. Severe geomagnetic storm levels. Our HP index, nothing to worry about at this time. No additional strong flaring yet. And back to our fires. That's it for now, folks. Been a long day. Regardless of what time I get to bed each night, I still have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to start my work. See you then.